Yeah, tell us a little bit about you, man. Like what are you into these days, and what are you working on?
I like to man, I like to drop NFTs occasionally. Um and I like to, invest in some of the cryptos that are small cap right now that I know are going to be, larger later on.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. That's
oh, what's
no,
up?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but it's crazy because right after you introduced me to this podcast last week, now I got people offering me job opportunities, and I got clients, people establishing a clientele with me, and yeah, it's just all about what you know and how you're able to share the information.
It's the wild wild west, and there's a lot of opportunities, but we got to be careful, and
Right.
we got to go into it, well read, well researched on different topics, and just make sure that we have a good broad perspective before we dive into anything, whether it's an NFT project or a token project. But you know how it goes right now. Everybody is learning as we go about Web3, blockchain, and crypto and whatnot. So definitely appreciate you, man, and hopefully.
I just want to say, like, you can purchase anything off the internet if it's on a website, though, a server. If you don't personally own it on like a hardware wallet, even if you own it on one of these decentralized wallets, they can essentially they can delete the app, and then, or they can rug pull the NFT, and then those funds are no longer there or backed by anything. So that's the whole thing with where I'm kind of falling short on blockchain right now. Um, but some of
Okay.
these other, yeah, some of these other ones like crypto.com, when you're able to move your coins, let's say, from one wallet to another, that's uh where my focus is right now. um yeah,
Yeah.
because if you don't have control over it, and somebody else has control over it, whatever is online can essentially be hacked or taken from you. uh
For
yeah, I mean,
sure.
so,
That's a
So
big part of it, right? People being able to
right,
own their own stuff, right?
right,
yeah, oh
but
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, so Rick, what you're saying is if okay, so for instance, I'm invested too also in a
Perfect.
couple stocks and cryptocurrencies. So you're saying move your wallet. You're saying like, for instance, you can move it from crypto.com to like Robinhood. Is that what when
uh
you say move, or are you?
yeah, well, essentially, I mean, like how do I explain this? Like, if I was to send to you, whether it be centralized or a decentralized wallet, it's still, I'm able to move the funds out of the account. Like Robinhood, they can press you for your tax information, or they can do something where they say, hey, we're putting a hold on your funds and you're not able to access it. Or let's just say the whole website itself, it's the page says page not loading, and then what? Then you don't have access to your funds. So essentially, you would need a hardware wallet where you're able to uh, connect it into the computer, and then that you always have access to your private key, to your tokens.
Yeah. So have you ever run across a problem like that before?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've ran out like several times. Several times. I've lost some funds. Just people rug pulling NFTs. Um, and me not really like understanding like how they're able to do that. Um,
Oh, okay. Damn.
And what you guys are talking about is crazy, right? Because the rug pulls are happening left and right, and I think
right.
the question is, what are some of the techniques and some of those key indicators that people can learn in order to vet a project, right? Now, I asked that without having an answer. I definitely don't have an answer, but there has to be certain techniques that people can use, right, to kind of get an idea whether something is legit or not. Or what do you think, Rick? I mean, are there key indicators for something like that?
Well, even Nifty, they had a line of NFTs, and it was like $1 million NFT lineup, and it got rug pulled. The whole blockchain disappeared from their network. So uh, the one that I haven't really had problems with is a crypto.com, where you're able to send and receive tokens And then also it's two-factor authentication where you would need your authentication app, and then you'd also need your cell phone number to transact between the coins. So I like crypto.com, versus let's say holding your money in one of the NFTs. If somebody else has control, essentially they can rug pull it. But if you have control over your own tokens, um, yeah, I mean, there's no really, it's impossible for somebody else to take it from you unless they shut down the website, like I said. So, yeah, the best bet is for you to have it on a hardware wallet. Also, you order one off of Amazon, like a Ledger, and it has somebody's already accessed it or manipulated it, and then they send it out, and then you put your coins on there, and then they have your private key. They're able to just go on there and pull it from you. So you got to watch out for that too. The ones that have been tampered with. You want to get it directly from the official site if you can. So
Right,
that's
right, right. Man, and that's a serious thing. I mean, I would imagine that just like with any market, there's always going to be an open sea, right? And a part of that is just being lazy, right? Not taking those extra 2-3 steps to take
right.
it off of the website and then put it into cold storage, which depending on what kind of asset it is, that could be the difference between a couple hundred or a couple million, right?
Right.
Depending on the asset.
Mhm.
Definitely.
No, so definitely something. I mean, I think that's an interesting topic, right? Like, how do we start teaching people early on? Hey, it's just basics, right? Not only the creation of the wallet, but also, the second phase of it and the third phase of it, and how to keep your stuff, your digital assets safe. No, great
Right.
topic, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, those NFTs, though, you can't really pull them off the open sea. Once you purchase them, you got to turn around and sell them to get your funds back. But yeah, I guess the creator of that blockchain, or maybe even OpenSea themselves, they can just completely remove it if they don't like what they're seeing, or if it's manipulated somehow. So there's definitely a lot to I guess fix with the blockchain. Like they still have to fix that issue where anybody can just remove it.
Now, do you what's your experience with the different so like obviously there's OpenSea, I think there's Rarible, and then there's
Yeah,
Nifty
right. Yeah.
Gateway. Like, have you used all of them, or you just primarily stick to OpenSea, or how does that work?
I like OpenSea just because I use the Polygon, so it's free. You're able to mint it for free. Before I used Rarible to mint on Ethereum, and the gas fees are pretty high. It costs at least $30 just to mint one NFT. But the thing I like about like Polygon is, let's say I wanted to mint 10,000 NFTs and airdrop it. It's free. I can airdrop it to anybody. Or whether it be like like an access pass or a subscription, or uh, a reward or certificate token. You can issue it to anybody for free, essentially. But I think they're going to release Polygon ID, which is going to change it somehow. I really haven't read into Polygon ID, but yeah, they're always improving on it. So the faster you can get your hands into it and kind of experience it, and don't do it too much money, because uh, yeah, like you say, you don't want to lose, hundreds of dollars or thousands, or whatever, just messing with it. But yeah, I've lost probably about like $200 or something so far. Just different
Mm-hmm.
experiences.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, me and my son just had an experience a couple months ago. Little rug pull on an NFT project that,
Yeah.
and I think the problem was in the Discord channel. Folks are just dropping all kinds of links left and right. So something that you think is a link from one of the founders or something, right?
Right. I
Quickly
actually had
turns
a
into some sort of phantom website.
Mm.
exactly, dude.
Wow.
I actually had a girl, she messaged me and she said, that she went on Twitter and she went to a link for Trust Wallet Support at gmail.com, and it was fake. And they took $100 from her because they told her open up a second wallet, and then put $100 of Bitcoin in there, and then we're gonna help you. And then she sent them her 12. She sent them over the 12 keys to that wallet, and that 12 keys is essential, to keep your uh, your wallet safe. So yeah, people get tricked all the time. People who are just getting into the space, they're gullible. They listen to, or they see something that looks official, and they click on that link. Those are the people who I kind of want to get to first, so I can be like, hey, like she messaged me right away, dude, and she was like, hey, I lost $620. She found the $520, but I guess she lost $100. So she was like, hey, you just saved me $520, and then she had her money like she had a couple thousand on a different website, and I was like, hey, pull it and put it back. And she sent it back to her bank account. So I saved her like $3,000, and she was like, she was so thankful, and she's like, well, let me pay you for your time and stuff. So that's the good thing. The like I said, the more knowledge you have, and the more experience you have, and the more you try to help people and lead them in the right direction, they're more willing to help you too. So it's kind of cool, to be in the space at this time.
That's a major save, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah, you heard that, D? I mean, he's a good guy, man. Rick's a good guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what it's about, though. It's about helping people. Because look, once the system takes off, there's not going to be, like she said.
Or is it just NFTs?
Well, they're kind of linked together. I'm talking about the whole system in general. The system we're in right now, this dollar system, was kind of pre-programmed us to get into this, what we're in now, this digital system. This digital system is official. It's a permissionless, yes or no. Did you send it or not? You know what I mean? So if I wanted to send you $100,000, I don't need anybody's permission. I can airdrop it right into your wallet. All I need is your public address, and then you could turn around and cash out. And so that's kind of what the nefarious thing that's going on with this crypto, people don't realize is that a lot of these people are working together to scam people so they can, put their hand in the bag, and that's where I'm kind of like, nah, like if I can help people to help them avoid it, help them get into some of the lower cap, just like how Ethereum was sick, just like how Bitcoin is $2. There's a lot of coins that are sitting right there that I can, lead people to, so that way they can, pick them up before they. Technically, if anybody has your 12 key password, they can go in there and take your money and move it out. Even the people who created the website, if they wanted to shut down the website, cash out on. But that's what China did. China actually, the system's moving from New York to China, and every time you go buy Bitcoin or you buy one of these coins, you're sending your money straight over to China. So they're going to be the next world system, and it's going to move from the United States. So it's going to go from the U.S. to China, and that's where we're headed, really, because they're the ones who created all this tokenomics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and I think what you guys are talking about is important, right? Because I mean, look, if you look at the foundation of the blockchain environment, it's it's designed to be permissionless, but in order to facilitate smoother transactions, right? Or in order to create seamless interactions between human beings. I mean, at least that's how I see Web3 and blockchain supposed to be happening. But
right, yeah.
But what you had over the last 2 years is this influx of Web2 corporations or corporate-like structures. I mean, look, I'll put it out there. I mean, you look at OpenSea. I mean, geez. I mean, what are they valued at right now? Like $50 billion, right, or whatever it is. But it's a centralized system. And like you said, Rick,
Exactly.
if they go down, everybody goes down with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? If
Exactly.
they decide, hey, we're out of this business, we're going to cash out or whatever,
Yeah.
everybody's at the whim of that corporation. So my point there is the future really is how do we teach the next generation of entrepreneurs to really create a decentralized ecosystem? Now, it's definitely happening, right? Because I know some people listening are going to be like, hey, what are you talking about? It's already happened. Okay, I get that. But I think my point is right now, everything I'm seeing that's getting traction is all conglomerates and the Fortune 500 companies jumping in on the opportunity.
True.
I forgot who. I don't know if it's KFC or Taco Bell.
It's McDonald's, it's Nike, it's all those big corporations. You're right. They already have their hand in it. They see the value in it, so they're going to put their hand in it. Um, you know, but it's been 10 years. I mean, it's been 10
exactly.
years. It took them 10 years to catch on. Even the banks, all these industries and banking, structures, institutions, they're putting their money in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is
That's the reason why
this is that
people
inflection
think
point.
it's, yeah, and that's the reason why people think it's a stable system, because they see all these, big corporations. You got Elon constantly, making it move and headlines. So people are trying to chase the money. But when you hear that, all these other things are taking place, man, I didn't know all this was going on like that. I mean, I've been hearing about Bitcoin scams, and I'm not a holder of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Not a, huge holder, but so I wasn't really worried about it. But it does, you guys, there's some concern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and I think this topic really parlays perfectly into, the concept that I wanted to talk to you boys about, which is really the decentralization of uh, the monetizing of content, right? And when we look at that, I mean, yeah, you got the art,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you got people creating JPEGs, and boom, there's value attached to the blockchain. I get that, but I
True.
think, I mean, I think where I see it being really, really powerful, right? I can see this being powerful for that young man or that young woman that it has talent, and they have the drive, and maybe they don't
Yeah.
have the network, but they can put together a song like it's nobody's business from the confines of their bedroom, right?
Yeah.
They have the tools now. I mean, the internet is great because it gives everybody access to the tools you need to succeed. And it's not only content creation. I mean, you want to learn stuff. There's all kinds of information out there on the World Wide Web, right? That was kind of the point of it originally, right? Distribute and decentralize information. So now that when we start talking about blockchain NFTs, I mean, like the music stuff is really interesting because, in theory, a content creator that creates music can put their song on the blockchain. And I think Nas did it, right? Didn't Nas do something like that 2-3 months ago? I think he released a couple singles on the blockchain or whatever. But the bottom line is now you it's the disintermediation of power, right? Where you don't need the A&R, you don't need the radios. As long as your community, whether it's 100 people or 1,000 people, as long as they support you, right? You distribute the content on the NFT blockchain like that, and let's just say everybody's paying $1,000 for an NFT of your song, and there's 10,000 NFTs available. But every one of those NFTs has a smart contract that says, as this song generates value on the market, whether it's through the radio or through Pandora or through Spotify, that money all comes back to a treasury, and then the redistribution of value goes to all the NFT holders. So technically, I mean, and they're selling 50 NFTs. They've raised point 0.8 so far, but I mean, it
Wow.
gives you, earned by artists from fans using sound records, $2 million. They're saying right now.
Wow.
I mean, so that's fascinating, right? To think that there's an actual market where content creators making music could get residuals, right? Or to get the royalties directly. I mean, I don't even know how it works, but it's fascinating though.
Right. It looks complicated. Like they said, you can get royalties, but how do they distribute it? And how do you know that they're going to do it accurately? Like, how do you know that they're going to, pay you? I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, like they,
Mhm.
and then there's different platforms too. I like the Pixel Links one, the animation behind it, the game development. It looks like the founder is Dead Mouse. So um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That one looked really good too, huh?
yeah, that one looks tight to me. But Audius already has its own token. If you go on crypto.com, I think Audius is like $2 right now. So that'd be a good one to probably pick up.
Oh
If
wow. Let's take a look at that one. Yeah, I'd be interested to see something like Audius, where it's been and where it might be going. Because if it's one of the only companies or technology stacks that has a token, that
yeah,
there's something there. So Audius in the last year, it hit an all-time high of $3.29. It hit a bottom of like 73 cents, and now it's back up to about $1.12.
See, yes, I mean that would be a good one to probably pick up. It, because everything's still brand new, like you're saying, and then plus with China, their economy crashed real hard, but it affected the rest of the world. So that's where a lot of that money, like when Bitcoin was at 67,000, it dropped all the way down to where it's at now is 42,000. Right now is a good time to pick up some of these coins, though.
Wow. No, this one looks pretty good, man. I mean, Audius market cap, it's almost at about 700 million, right? They've got, yeah, I mean, I like this one. If they're the only ones kind of in the market, it's an Ethereum-based technology.
True.
So that's fascinating. Yeah, discover and stream up-and-coming artists. So there's the token perspective, and then Audius is a brand new streaming platform built for all musicians, not just those. Yeah. Okay, we get that. Built with the best. Deadma, Rez, Rila. Well, oh yeah, this one might cater a little more to the artists here. It sounds like it's really trying to give them a platform to put their content out. That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually invested in Audius,
Nice.
and Loop Ring.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
How did those turn out for you?
yeah, because those, those are good ones. They kind of, they reference the same. They kind of cross reference the same thing, but Loop Ring is more of the video game side of NFTs.
Nice.
And right
Mm-hmm.
now, the whales are buying Loop Ring like crazy.
True.
Loop ring.
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I think I sent that to you and Vic
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago, maybe
How
2
much
weeks
is
ago.
Loopring right now? What is Loopring at right now? Because I remember when I last seen it was like maybe 50 cents.
Oh yeah, it's higher than that. It went up to
Let's see.
I think
Loop
it went up
ring.
to like $1.
Oh, okay. Okay, so double.
Yeah, 'cause my
It's
my
it's
my
at
stuff is
95
down.
cents right now.
I'm at work right now. I can't see everything, but yeah,
Yeah.
No, loop ring is at about 95 cents right now.
yeah, because it dropped when the market crashed. I think a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it went down. All crypto was down like a lot. I mean, there was some down, like 15%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look at it, when it opened up at the beginning of the year, it was trending at about $2, and then it hit 74 cents. So I mean, I could see this one going, probably going back up to $2 at least, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is all, man, the financial system just crashed. I mean, I think it's going to crash again, so you might have a really good chance to buy in all this stuff. But once all this stuff, clears up, all these tokens are going to take off.
Oh yeah. They are. Yeah.
Yeah, like when's the last time you seen Bitcoin at 42,000? When's the last time you seen, uh, yeah, like Ethereum was at like 4,500 before it crashed all the way back down to like 3,000. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Shiba went to, when Doge went to like 82 cents.
Yes, sir.
He did, huh? Nice. Good job.
Right.
Yeah, I had like 3 million of them, but I had cashed out, when it was like nothing, so you just never know
Oh,
with these tokens, man. But you do want to hold them, like hold as many as you can, and then once it goes up, yeah, just don't even risk it. It's like the casino. Once you're
uh, Danny, he's a well-known DJ out here in the Inland Empire. He goes by the name of DJ Primo. So, I've known him for about 15. It was about 15 years. We had a music group together called Hustlers Anonymous, and
Nice.
he's just a real good guy, man. Very level-headed, smart, educated brother.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's trying to convert because we we made a couple albums. So he's trying to convert the music into NFTs.
Nice.
So
Wow.
that's why you guys started discussing about the music and how to convert it over to NFTs. And that's something that he really wanted to be join us today and kind of get into that. But
A fossil. I was like, I'm about to send a carrier pigeon to you guys to communicate. What the fuck's going on here?
What's up, Primo?
But what up?
Now, Oswaldo, I'm definitely a novice. So another reason why I wanted to join was to really understand how to create the NFTs. Like I wanted some understanding on how I could create the NFT. What's the landscape look like with respect to copyright issues or ownership? Because I see a lot of platforms out here that say, "Hey, we'll build it for you. You can build one on our platform or what have you, or rent one from us." But I want to create my own, and I wanted to know, like, how does that work? How can I create those, and is it safe to work with one of these companies who indicate, hey, we can build NFTs for you?
Yeah. Well, I think earlier we were talking with Rick about that because Rick has experience with OpenSea and being able to make some stuff happen there. Because I think what you're referring to, Vic, is probably front to back, right? Like maybe creating the product, whether it's an art piece, whether it's music, whatever, and then putting it together with the technology. But I think like some of the stuff that Rick was telling us about is he came to OpenSea with the product, and he was able to list it pretty seamlessly, right, Rick?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
So
Vic, if you hopped on OpenSea, man, and you go into the Polygon network, you can list your NFT for free, but maybe you want to verify it on Discord first. Maybe you want to verify your profile, your wallet with your profile, and then go from there. But mine was kind of like I didn't verify with anybody. I just knew what I wanted to create, and I had already been creating art, so I just started dropping NFTs, and I actually looked at who was listing and who was actually doing a lot of the listing, and I'd go under different projects and see all the listers, and I would just copy their address and just airdrop them my token, and I would airdrop different amounts into different people. I kind of calculated it. I like looked at somebody who was like a top lister, and I dropped in like, I'd give them like 10 because I knew that they would sell those 10, and then I'd find somebody else who's like like another lister, and I drop them like a different amount. And so now everybody's competing, dropping different listings of the same token, the same NFT at different prices. So now you have all these different price variations where it gets interesting. There's no real set value because it's a non-fungible token anyways. So I'm thinking that, later on down the line, once he starts selling, that they're all going to be different values. Like I have one guy, he's selling, 1,000 of them for $5, but then you have another guy who sees it and he wants to list it for, 1 Ethereum per NFT. I mean, but it's also because I calculated. I seen who kind of prices their stuff, what they price it at, and if they're reliable. Like, do they list every day, and do they list all their stuff, or what do they do? Because some people, you can airdrop them a project and they'll straight send it to the burn address, and that's kind of lame. But yeah, I mean, there's different. You'll learn as you go, really.
Thank you for that. It seems like you're already down the road. The train has left. I'm still waiting. I still have my ticket in hand, waiting for the train to come and board. Right. So I haven't even created an NFT at all. So that's what I want to understand. How can I create one? For instance, I have a bunch of coins, as Waldo's mentioned. So I bought Cardano, Tether, Dogecoin, Gala,
Right.
Ethereum, Polygon, Decentraland, Polyswarm.
Perfect.
I have just to have that other added piece.
Yeah, you definitely want to start with Polygon. Up on because if I started with Ethereum, I started with Wearable, and
and Danny, just to get Danny up to speed with us, Danny, we just we've been just talking about the future for content creators, right, in general. whether it's art, music, in any format, really, right? When you're doing content distribution, but then the monetization really is the key. And I think, that's where the NFTs come in, where depending on, using the right platform. I mean, we talked about a couple different platforms, like, one of them that we were, sound.xyz has an interesting feature there. And then the other one was this one right here called Audius, where, folks are, folks have a platform to put their music up there. But bottom line is, we're excited about the opportunity for people that have talent like yourself to really distribute and monetize at a high level, right? So, like, I don't know, we just want to hear from you. Like, what are some of your thoughts in terms of where you're at with your music and your career and where you're trying to go with it?
Okay, well, first of all, thanks you guys for having me on here. But yeah, dude, I'm an artist, honestly, to the core. If I'm awake, I'm creating something. I'm drawing, I'm painting, I make music, I'm writing, and I know that goes for a lot of people. And one of the things that, like, I've been doing digital art, honestly, for like a decade. And I didn't even know
Nice.
what I was doing it for. I had no idea what I was doing it for. Two of my brothers are graphic designers. Two of my other brothers are tattooers, and I'm like the writer musician. So I've always been around art, and all we do is create. And I saw this whole NFT non fungible thing, um, and I'm just trying to understand exactly how it really works, because on some of the designs that I do have, I am actually also putting them on like T-shirts. I'm setting up my own stuff on like Shopify. And one of the questions that I have is, if you do sell an NFT, let's just say as an image, like a digital image, are you still protected to sell that in real world as far as like a clothing line? Or are you giving away rights? Or did
You
they
you
all get a digital aspect?
Anybody can right click and take your NFT. That's the thing, is like, you created it. Just because you have it on your blockchain, there's nothing stopping anybody from right clicking and saving it.
Okay, exactly.
Right, 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 right. The
You
the,
know, on the
the image
blockchain, they have
itself.
ownership. It's a digital certificate of authenticity, essentially, from what I'm understanding. But like, if someone says, "Hey, I did buy this for, let's just say, one Ethereum or two, whatever people are paying for it,"
Right.
I still want to protect myself and be like, "Hey, you own it in the digital world, but I'm still going to use it for my own personal clothing line, because you only own it digitally. You don't own it as,
Right.
as a T-shirt that says Supreme. Now, someone
Nope.
probably owns that
Yeah.
logo, but Supreme's still making money in a physical world off that, you know."
Well, Danny. I mean, I'll give you some examples, and Vic probably heard a little bit about this, but I think from what I understand that there are two different types of IP uh, solutions, right? I mean, because one of them is, let's take for example the Bored Apes. So one of the Bored Ape owners opened up a restaurant here in Long Beach, where the branding is the ape itself. And so there is a feature there where in those cases the owner of the NFT can monetize it themselves, and the smart contract will dictate up to how much. Now vice versa, there's other contracts that say you can only monetize this up to $1 million or whatever. And then there's some of them that say you have no IP rights. So you just literally just own the JPEG, and maybe it gives you first dibs on certain things for DJ Primal's community per se.
Okay.
So
That,
there is different parts of it that do get complicated like that.
and that goes all into the smart contract, saying, "Hey, I will go ahead and, yes, you can buy this, but you're only buying this aspect of this business per se. Like, merchandising could be included or not included, you know."
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I think on maybe on one of these weeks, man, we're going to try to find ourselves an attorney that can come on and really talk to us a little more about that, because I think that's one of the things that you're seeing now with this new movement is there are disputes over I mean, let's just say, I own this NFT. Can I create my own cartoon and then sell it to Nickelodeon
Right.
or sell it to whoever, right?
Hmm.
And I think that's where folks are running into issues in terms of, okay, non-fungible token, what does that really mean? Are you working with in terms of your arts? Is it digital art, or are we talking about um, like regular, paper and pencil type of stuff that you would convert to a digital piece?
Honestly, within the last, I want to say 3 years, I've started going heavily digital. But I still draw, I still paint, I still write. But I'm very big on the digital aspect of it. And I've been going, like, again, being out here in Southern California, I tattoo also. So I see a lot of tattoo culture, but it's very like niche. It's like,
Hmm.
you know what a California tattoo looks like, you know what, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you get what I'm saying, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to certain art, it can be like regional, it can be cultural to, like, let's just say hip hop or rock or whatever it is. So I kind of just been doing my own little weird off the wall shit, and I've been getting good feedback on it because it's not like, I'm trying to do something. I like those Bored Apes. I don't know if anyone has any of them. To me, I admire that the whole baseball card aspect of just like you get one of one or two, or one of 50, two of 50. I understand that, but the designs, to me, it doesn't. I feel like this is just to get people to understand what it is. But the true artists that are really gonna kill it, they're not even out there yet. They're not out there yet. They're just trying
Right.
to like get everyone out there, and that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting to be like, okay, when I see everybody understands how this works, that's when I want to present it, because I don't want to just be swap meet style shit that puts out there. And I'm not knocking the
Right.
Bored Ape. It
Right.
just seems like it's just computer generated replication of this one image, and there's no soul to it. And I know it's digital, but there is a
Yeah.
soul to it. Like, you look at Beeple's shit, that guy's fucking crazy. It's weird.
Oh, oh
But there
yeah.
are some artists out there that are putting some great work out there that are not out there yet. That not enough people know they're out there yet.
Well, and I think to
Danny,
that point,
my bad.
Danny, is the the new medium is new to everybody. Like you said, you got
Mhm.
people that aren't even out there yet that are really going to blow people away when they come in with this collection. Let's just say every year they're going to drop a collection of 22 unique art pieces. Everybody's going to be fighting for them once they figure out this person's talent is it transcends the traditional art mediums we have right now. They've figured out how to do digital as a medium that can work also with fashion and culture and really represent something deeper than just the JPEG of the monkey. Like the picture of the monkey was cool and that really took off, but it really took off because it was the early adopters that bought them, and then it turned into a frenzy over who can own the original pieces. Okay, we get that. But I think what you're saying
Let's-
is not there's a new movement that's going to come in that's going to be where you have native digital artists that are doing some kick-ass pieces that are collections that they're selling every year and everybody's waiting for them, and then that's where you create the scarcity where everybody's
Exactly.
fighting over a collection of a selected artist that the community knows is badass. And that's all we need is for a community to buy in and be like, yeah, this is our guy, and we're all going to fight over the collections that he's dropping every year.
That's the thing, though.
That particular NFT, if it's sold 20 times, you're still getting that royalty every time it's sold, correct?
I know for Wearable, that's how it works. It definitely works like that for Wearable, but maybe not for OpenSea. I don't know about other platforms, but for sure, Wearable, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
And that's value right there. So if you wanted to mint, but you'd have to pay for the Ethereum. So if Wearable was on Polygon, I think that would be, you know, that would be awesome. But other than that, you're gonna have to pay, a pretty hefty gas fee just to mint it. But then, yeah, again, you do get paid royalties. So if they want to resell it, and then you would get, 20% or whatever.
Yeah, I'm on the
From what
Rarible website right now. Yeah, they got a lot of different pieces here. It seems like Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of traction. There's a lot of traction right now. It's picking up steam.
Rarible, I don't know if it's this one. One of those you have to like either apply or be invited to, as opposed to like OpenSea or the like. I know one of those sites, it's like they don't let everyone submit artwork.
Exactly.
Is it Rarible? Is that the one?
It might be crypto.com because I know crypto.com you have to be same thing. You have to be invited. Or maybe it's Coinbase. I know a lot of these platforms are dropping NFTs where you have to be invited to. But OpenSea is just anybody can do it and make Ethereum off of it. So
Yeah, and I think Rarible too. It looks pretty open. And they're working with Tesos, Polygon, Flow, and Ethereum. So four
wow.
different blockchains.
So you can get paid in any of those currencies.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. You choose your blockchain. Um, yeah, you choose. You go to Polygon, you sign in, and yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, the way that they're. I mean, the ease of the transaction, but. No, definitely, yeah, no, Danny, definitely, we're gonna keep an eye out, man, and let us know how we can help out with that, how we can support.
Definitely. Yeah, I want to help